The Task Inspector is a new pane that we can open to inspect our tasks, and it is quite useful if you're encountering problems with any of your tasks. If we take the My Bedroom working file, and to activate the Task Inspector, we simply go to the Task ribbon, up to the Task group here, and you'll find Inspect is an option, and we can click and it will open the Task Inspector. Now it has a drop down where you can turn on warnings and suggestions and show ignored problems. They are activated because the icon is selected, so I'll leave those on. And as we click through our tasks, it will give us some information such as the task title, auto scheduled or manual, and in the case of these ones that are finished, it gives us the actual start date. If we move into ones that haven't finished, it also gives us their predecessor with a hyperlink to that predecessor so you can jump to it. And again, you get the task information using the Task Inspector for plaster the walls, and then an option to go back to task 11, which I could just click here and here. Now, with our project as it stands at the moment, because there aren't too many problems, this Task Inspector really seems very useless in effect, because it is showing us the same information that we see here in the task pane. However, if we were to change Paint Accent Walls to a manually scheduled task, what you'll notice in the Task Inspector is it's offering the option to turn it back to auto schedule so that it can be controlled by links and constraints and other factors of the project. So that's not too big a problem. If I then go and change plaster walls to 6 days, because it's going to take us that much longer, what you'll notice in the Gantt chart is that pushes on every task linked to plastering the walls, except for Paint the Accent Wall, which is a manual scheduled task, so cannot move. It sits here. If I now select this task, we see that the Task Inspector is now filled with a lot more information. It's telling me that this task may need to be delayed by 4.4 days to bring it back in line with when it can actually be carried out. Do I want to respect the links and move this task based on its predecessors? And this is actually a hyperlink, it will fix me. If I click that, it will move Paint Accent Wall back to the right, effectively delaying it by 4.4 days to bring it in line with the other tasks. Or it's offering me the suggestion of changing it back into an auto schedule task so that it can find its own place in the timeline. So I could just choose Respect Links. It then pushes that task back forwards, and we can see it then appears here. So it's manually changed the start date to here. It's a manual task, so it is a slightly lighter blue color, so you can spot that. And my Task Inspector now just offers me the auto schedule option. So the Task Inspector, if there's anything wrong, can be quite useful in spotting and explaining what's wrong and offering you a solution. Whilst everything is straightforward and easy and working, the Task Inspector tells us nothing more than we can see here in the actual task table of the Gantt chart.